Which application are you here for today?
Good morning.
Hi.
Oh, did you just call me? Because your screen
Yeah.
just came on. Hey,
I
good
said
morning.
which application?
Yeah, we're here for Gash.
Yeah.
It's number one.
Yeah.
13 Maple. All right,
Yeah.
hold on. We'll get to you in a sec. I have a couple other people who I don't know. So I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room, but we'll get you on shortly.
Okay.
Michael, which application are you here for today? Michael, you're on mute. Hi, Mike.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, which application are you here for today?
It was 20 Byron Brook Place.
Indeed, Byron Book Place. Got it. All right, we'll be back with you shortly, okay? I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room for a little bit.
No worries, thank you.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. It's April 7th, 2026. First order of business is adoption of the March 3rd, 2026 minutes, which were included in your packet. I'll make a motion to adopt those minutes.
Second.
Greg, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We're gonna do 4 North Lake Road first, since Michael's here.
Thank you.
And then we'll go back to the regular order of the agenda. Michael, why don't you tell us what's going on? I'll pull off the plan so people can see, but you could go over, oh yeah, if you've got those.
Sure.
Just,
Yeah,
Go
so basically, 2 trees fell on my house last week. Unfortunately, it fell on the garage rather than the main frame of the house. It did do damage to the copper gutters, which are quite strong, so it was quite a force that came down. These the house itself was built, I believe, in about 1950. The house is on North Lake Road. It's about 20 feet below the grade of North Lake, and between the house and the road is a grove of about 60 or 70-year-old pine trees, which are grown quite tall and are topped basically. The trees extend roughly, I don't know, maybe 30 feet above the level of the house. So we had, when the first 2 trees came down, we had my gardener looked at it and thought that they should all come down. We went here to the planning board to file a application for tree removal. You sent your inspector to the house. He referred it to this organization. Your requirement was for an arborist to certify the condition of the trees. We have a letter from the arborist, which says that they're basically missiles waiting to come down. The ground is saturated. The trees are leaning towards the house, and I believe it's an emergency that they need to come down before any damage is done to the house. We definitely will replant the area and submit a planting schedule. We will do it well. I assure you of that. We are 50-year residents of North Castle and of Windmill Farm. It's our second home in Windmill, and I'd like to get this work done as quickly as possible. At least the removal of the trees And then to file whatever permits or whatever are required to do the replanting and the rebuilding.
Okay, all right, good. That's a good background. Thank you. So, the arborist report said they're in good health, those trees. So I don't know if it's necessarily an emergency, but I understand your concern with getting these trees and reducing potential here.
Yeah, he did say in his letter, high probability of failure. The trees should be removed as soon as possible.
Yeah, but they're not imminently
So,
falling. But I think the reason why I'm making that point is because it's highly visible. And we're gonna have to see that replanting plan, right? What's gonna happen there? And there's not really a great we could talk about it, but typically we don't allow the tree removal to happen until we know what the replanting plan is, because then once the trees are removed, we don't have really the ability to make you implement that plan. But we can talk about that. Second point is it looks like those trees are going up to the road. So it's important to know where the property line is, because some of those trees might be the town's trees. And that's okay, but you just need to coordinate. You need to have a conversation with the highway department, whose trees are whose, and then if they are the town's trees, to bless what you're going to do with them. That doesn't have to be resolved before we grant the authority to remove the trees. You just need to have that conversation before they come down.
If some of them are town trees, would the town then remove the trees if they were in danger, or is that?
Possibly, we can't, it's the highway department that will control it.
Right.
I'm sure that if you're willing to take them down and they deem them not to be beneficial to take them down, they'll let you do it, but
Right.
you just gotta get.
Okay,
You don't want to take the town's trees down without the highway department. You know, bless
how
them.
many trees are we talking about?
so I would say there's 25 or 30 significant trees, and then there's probably another 10 skinny trees.
Now, Craig.
And you can see from this picture here, there's quite a variety of thickness. Most of them are not very thick.
And the larger ones, are those the white pines? Are they white pines?
Some of them are.
Some are pines.
Yeah.
Some are Norways.
Yep.
So you got a mix.
You got mixed.
The other
I think there were 3 species, right?
The other problem too is that they're built behind a retaining wall, and these trees can potentially do damage to the retaining wall too, because the house is significantly below grade.
And if you took the taller trees out, would you necessarily need to take the smaller trees out? In other words, I think part of what's going on here is so dense that they're, one tree's hurting another tree.
Yes, well, Craig is on our conservation board. Are you an arborist?
No, I'm not an
All right,
arborist,
but you're close.
but we took care of the Pearls property. This was Pearls that you bought the property from.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Sir? Wow, that's
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Oh, yeah, Klaus.
So you know exactly
Oh,
what's
I know
going on
exactly.
here. So what are you thinking?
Probably did whatever is endangering the house. First of all. Yeah, a lot of these are insignificant trees. You can thin this out, right? There used to be a hemlock hedge there, right? You remove the hemlock hedge.
Haven't removed any trees. Yeah.
They just grow.
Like,
Did they just grow?
No.
Okay.
I think the hemlocks are further up the property line.
Further up now.
Near the
This is
mill,
closer
near the
to-
mailbox.
This is closer to 6.
Yes.
Oh, okay. We knew steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of this can come out. Anything endangering the house.
Yeah.
I will give you the green light on.
Yeah.
Or the property, anybody. But definitely, like Adam said,
Adam,
to discuss
it's a process, was it, just thinking what we do on the planning board.
Mhm.
We want to see the existing plan, how many trees, which of the ones we're taking out.
Yeah.
And then basically what we're gonna plant.
Size of the trees you're removing.
Yeah.
Right, and then
How many we're removing, where we're
And if
removing,
you wanna
what's
do it-
staying, and what we plant.
a one-to-one ratio is what we recommend. But they could be smaller trees, you don't have to have anything.
Yeah, you don't have to plant 30-foot trees.
No. Definitely. I know you're concerned about falling.
Yeah.
They are
And
quite
it-
tall.
Yeah, and I think that's a real concern. Right. So let's talk about process and timing. How do you want to deal with it? You want to have Michael come back with that planting plan at our next meeting? Do you want to give him the authority to?
I think
Take it down.
with the significant amount of trees that we're talking about here, I think we ought to see a plan. Doesn't have to go to the planning board. I
No.
think we have to take it up.
And I don't think it has to go to Concord either.
I just think,
Yeah,
we see
and
those,
we
we see those two plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
And then we've kind of done our due diligence.
I think so.
so, and I think you've done your due diligence up to now.
What do you think your timing is? Can you get that plan in sooner rather than later? The reason why I ask is we could put you on our next meeting, which is in 2 weeks. But you've got to get that plan to us a few days at least before the meeting.
Right. Yeah, 2 weeks I am in Phoenix, Arizona.
Well, you could,
Yeah,
that's okay, you could
Yeah.
join. but-
okay, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, but at this point, we know what's going on, so you don't have to be there.
I think basically,
Yeah.
you have a landscape architect that can put this down on a piece
Yeah.
of paper. You basically need two plans, what we're taking out and what we're taking.
Okay, yeah, so I don't believe that there is anything between the road and the house subject to the highway department. That's
Okay.
another element to it, but assuming that they're all my trees.
Yep.
There's nothing there worth saving, and there's nothing there that would be compatible with what is then
Yeah,
recreated.
what you want to do.
We would totally replant. So I think submitting a satisfactory plan.
Yeah.
Is in order.
Okay.
And I can pursue that. And
So if everything's coming out, we need to see that on a piece of paper, or
The new planting plan?
we need to see the new planting I'm talking about. If he's clearing the area, which is, I think, would be.
Yeah, it would probably be good enough to say this is the area where trees are coming out, all the trees will be
Just
removed.
on yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
how
how
many feet is the setback from the road? Is there a standard?
A setback for a structure?
No.
much from the highway? It depends on the
It-
area.
How much is your property and how much
Yeah.
is mine?
It depends on the area.
Yeah,
All right, like a
yeah, and I
state-
don't think you necessarily need
very
the answer.
Yeah.
Right, we could just, we can leave it where before you take the trees down, you'll have the highway department foreman come out there
Right,
and just get you on the same page.
okay,
We don't need a surveyor to go out there,
okay.
Can
you tell from my survey though?
Well,
What's down?
I don't know.
What's not?
yes, we know where the property line is, but we don't know the extent of where you want to stop removing trees.
So this is the lakeside, this is the roadside. No, I'm sorry.
No.
This is the
Right,
road.
so we know where the property
Here's your
line
property
is, but we don't know where the trees are.
Yeah, so you have to have the trees surveyed. Okay.
But I don't think you need to survey it.
No.
I think if you just meet with the foreman at the road.
Yeah.
And say, I want to take these trees down, are you okay with it?
Right,
He might have you file like a indemnification. I don't know what process it is to have your tree people work on the town right away.
okay.
You see it like almost looks like.
Oh, yes, yeah, the solid line, right,
Yeah,
right, right,
it almost looks like paving, it goes right to that.
right.
So it could be all yours. We just,
On my property,
yeah,
I have a setback, and actually part of the town road is on my property. That varies property to property depending upon how it was built and who did what
Correct.
when.
Right.
Yep. exactly.
Only now in new subdivisions, we have
Right.
perfect 50 feet,
Right.
getting the road perfectly in the middle of it.
So I think the takeaway is we all understand what happened, why you need to do it. You want to be on the same page with the replanting plan, and once you get that in, we'll give you the green light.
Okay, can we, in the meantime, take down up to 10 skinny trees?
Yeah, you don't need a permit to do that.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
Just tell the building department you're doing it.
okay,
Just so, because sometimes neighbors will call in.
Yep.
So this way they can say, yeah, we know what he's doing.
anything under 8-inch
Correct.
calipers,
Yeah.
you can take out without approval.
And he can take up to 10 regulated
From
trees.
8-inch to
24.
24-inch.
Yes, so if there are a few trees, if
Yeah.
you want to split it, that are immediate concern to you, yes,
I
you can do
like
that.
that idea a lot.
And then,
Okay.
and anything.
I've discussed this, by the way, with my adjacent neighbors and the one is Bob Greer, one is the people that bought
Stedman's.
Stedman's house, and they were all
Yeah.
in tune with this.
Yeah,
You know,
And the trees have been marked for the last couple of weeks, so all of my neighbors are commenting.
Yeah, a lot of this.
Okay,
all right,
good,
sound like a good plan?
sure does. I
Okay,
appreciate it. and I
Yeah.
appreciate you putting me on the schedule so quickly.
no problem.
Okay, very good.
So Michael will be back at our next meeting and we'll then vote.
Very good.
Okay, and then we'll go back to our regular order.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. I'm sure that appreciate your work for the town.
Thank you. Enjoy that, Arizona sunshine.
All right, so we've got Leonard for 13. All right, you're back.
You ready
So
for me?
13 Yeah, we're ready. 13 Maple, right?
Yeah. Want me to
Okay.
pull my plans and just run through it with
Yes.
you?
Oh, yes, thank you. That makes it much easier for me.
Yep. Okay, so you'll be happy to know we're not putting a shovel in the ground on this property. So
Yeah.
the addition is basically going to be added over top of an existing one-story section here. We're going to build a roof over an existing stoop here, and we're adding a fireplace that'll be braced into the wall above the ground here. So the only thing that's actually touching the ground is the stair to the deck that's going to be rebuilt a little bit better, but in the exact same location.
Yeah, this is very easy. Yeah,
Yeah, we're all good on all of our coverages. Obviously, we're way under on everything. We're good on zoning. We're set back from everything. There's no issues there. We're also going to be legalizing this basement. A previous owner had finished it, so we're going to make that part of this application. I already have a sign off from the Department of Health for the bedrooms and the basement, all done and ready to hand to you guys. And that's really about it. The architecture is enhancing the look of the house. There's our little porch. There's the second floor addition. We're putting a little gable on the front. Coming around the sides, we've added roof lines. We've made interesting roof lines and materials here. They're going to be getting some new windows, throughout, and the grill patterns will be what they are here. And here's the back elevation with the new addition here. And we're just fixing some windows and doors in that room there. And that's basically it.
Yeah, it looks really good. A nice improvement. So I have no concerns, right? No
Yeah, I
engineering.
got the no objection letter.
Right.
That takes.
So I'll make a motion to send this to the building department.
All right.
Right? Anyone have
Love
any? Right, all right, who's gonna second that?
also,
Larry? All in favor? Aye. Yeah, looks great.
Here,
So
look,
next,
look, there's my board
yeah,
of health.
no, we saw that. We saw it. So, so we'll post the determination letter. You give that to the building department and you can file your building permits.
Excellent. Sounds good. Thanks, Adam.
All right, take
All
care.
right. See you guys.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you got it. Probably submitted it a year ago.
Yeah. Well, they're getting better, actually. They're getting
Yeah.
a little more organized over there.
Okay, Michael, welcome back. You're
Hi.
up.
How's it going, guys?
Good. Do you have the plans? You want me to pull them up?
Yeah, I have it in front of me. You could pull it up if you want. I mean, I know the plan's a little premature. I think we were gonna really handle this in like a two-phase process with my client and I, where if we could obtain some kind of location approval now, then I'd be able to like detail it, adding the control plan, site plan, grading, stormwater management, and all the details and stuff from there. But we didn't want to dive too far in
Okay.
without
so-
like, because it's kind of like, because we're working with Mr. Gregory Chiacopoli also on
Yeah,
this one.
okay,
So he has a good grasp on
yeah,
how to take it from here, but I think we were just a little concerned with getting the okay from you guys on pretty much the location. Because I did a design for, for the client, and based on these locations, and then we would take the second phase, would be adding, all the things required by the township. Like I said, the erosion plan and all that.
yeah, okay. Well, I mean, I don't have any specific concerns with the location of the pool in the back there. So, I mean, does anyone here?
Is there any wetlands already?
No wetlands back there, yeah. Um,
So no wetlands, side yard setbacks, all.
they comply with the side yard setbacks, comply with the rear yard setbacks.
Yes.
So I guess what I would say is, yeah, that location looks fine. And
Okay.
come back with those details. And then we can send you to the building department, but we definitely need the engineering portion
Yes.
done.
Yes, no problem. And also for the porch, the masonry porch, I believe, I did the numbers are on the worksheet. I just wanted to make sure, coverages, everything's good. I mean, I checked them a couple times. I just want to make sure everything was clear and good with that. And
Okay.
then I could do the drawback on the pool and
Yeah.
all that. But I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure location with the well was okay, because that was a little gray area. I know we got 10-foot setback, but in some of the code, it had said like 25, which we still comply with, but I just, we're trying to dot our i's and cross our t's here, so. that
Michael,
we
did you
can-
hear that? Tony
Excuse me?
said it's 50 feet.
Yeah, the new code is 50 feet now.
50,
Yeah,
that's, okay. So then the location, I will have to move it a little bit, but okay.
You could try to get a no objection letter from the health department on it. I mean, it is a pretty new law. It's been kind of enacted about a year ago, so it's a lot of people aren't aware of that.
Yeah, like I said, it was a little gray area for me, but so it went from 10 feet to 50. Just yeah. Okay, so
oh,
Well,
well setback.
the well
Yeah,
setback.
that small
makes
lots
sense.
have to just scrap a project because they're like smaller lots. You just can't get it.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be tough to do anything with a 50-foot setback. Okay.
Yeah, just take a look at that.
So do you suggest trying for a no objection letter?
Yeah, you could try to do that.
Well, where it's 50 feet, I can't
Yeah, I
read,
can't see what
I can't
plans.
read your setbacks on this site plan, so where's? Yeah, 50 feet might be in the middle of that pool, right?
I can pull up my CAD right now quick and see. I know 50 is gonna make it like, it's for, for a nice sized property. I think it'd be almost impossible to put any size pool anywhere in the backyard to comply with the side and rear yard setbacks plus 50 from the well.
Yeah.
Which would be a shame because the well is set back kind of far, a decent amount, so that would be a shame to not allow a pool, especially within a zone that's not wetlands,
Yep.
But maybe there's some lineage because it's a
So
newer.
so maybe do that, Michael, see if you could get the no objection. If you get the no objection from the county, then you could come back with the engineering details on the pool.
Right, because
But otherwise, it's a
Spend
waste.
all that money.
Right, exactly.
right, that was our concern too. If me and Gregory were doing, the erosion control plan and the grading and the stormwater, and then it's like,
Yeah.
kind of kicking the butt
Yeah.
to just. So I
So-
wanted to make sure. That's
I
why we
think
tried to
that's-
handle this as a two-phase. I didn't want to waste your guys' time. I apologize if it
No,
seems
no,
that
it's
way.
fine. It's fine. I think, I think the general consensus is looks fine, but
Okay.
it's gonna be the health department, that 50-foot setback. So see if you can resolve that. If you
Okay.
can, county, then come back with the engineered plans and we'll approve it.
Oh, okay, awesome. All right,
All
guys,
right.
thank you so much for your time. And,
Sure. Yeah.
I'll appreciate it. And I guess that's it. I got all my answers.
Okay,
All right,
So
thanks
just-
again. All
yeah, hold on.
No, no, it's-
Okay. All right,
I'm here.
thanks.
All right, take care, guys. Bye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from the water to the, yeah, water of the pool to the well.
But that really puts a lot of the smaller lots in.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah,
Right.
we ran into, yeah,
So the only other alternative you wanna put the pool in is to move your well.
that's,
if you even have enough room after.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're here with the thing and you do a 50-foot radius,
Yeah,
Enough.
yeah.
And we don't have any say over it. It's not
I'm
our.
surprised they did that, thinking of some of the smaller parcels that exist
Yeah,
in all of Westchester County.
yeah.
When they had done that on a ratio by the size of the property.
Yeah, that's how the department, they set the rule, that's the rule, and some of my reviews there, I had applicants, engineers come back, no, it's 10 feet, I had to send them the blurb, here's the link, click on it.
Well, don't you also have a setback from well to septic?
Yeah.
Yes, that's a different
And
one.
that's longer, isn't it?
Well, if your well is downstream of your septic, it's 200 feet. If your well is uphill from the septic or off to the side, it's 100 feet. So the thought is,
So you triangulate that into the
Yes,
equation.
it becomes a jigsaw puzzle.
so then in the future, when you're looking at proposed lots in the subdivision, you're taking all this into account. Not only do I need to comply with setbacks to the house, I need to comply with this, so you're trying to set the lots with all these numbers. Yeah,
Okay, we're gonna move on. 8 Lander, they want to propose a new enclosed porch. So you can see the existing elevation on the screen. And they're proposing here to enclose it. It's very straightforward. So it was a deck, now it's gonna be an enclosed 3-season room.
Mhm.
I have no concerns.
the only thing we need is just soil testing for the mitigation system
And
and just silt fence downgrade of the improvement.
okay,
So
easy.
easy.
So anyone have any concerns with this? All right, I'll make a motion to send this to the building department. All in favor? Aye. Great. Next is 9 Upland. When's mission? So this is the driveway and fence. Okay, so new stone pillars and gate. And
And they're far enough off the road.
yes, they're 20 feet. We told them to make it 20 feet off of the property line. So they're like 25 feet from the road, which is plenty.
We asked them to kind of dimension that from length of the gates and make sure you're 25 feet from the edge of the thing, it's the open gate.
Yep. So just comments, I'll pull up the picture too. So detail of the proposed gate, need the detail of the wrought iron fence, detail of the split rail fence. Where, I didn't know which piece of, where each type of fence was going, so which part's gonna be the split rail, which is gonna be the wrought iron. But in any case,
You would assume the wrought iron would be adjacent to the gate.
that's what I think.
Along the front of the property.
That's what I think, but let me just pull up what we're. Memo. But yeah, I think. So this is what that area looks like. So new gate will go in. I think it looks fine. No real concern there. What, anything on your end?
They did mention a cobblestone,
Apron?
apron,
Ah.
which needs to be,
In the highway?
and we need a detail on that, but that needs to
Yeah.
be 5 feet from the edge of the
Exactly.
pavement.
Yep. So-
And there was just a confusion on one of the sections, the pillar shows a wall on either side. So we just wanted clarity on that, whether
Yeah,
it's
they-
a fence or wall.
Yeah,
If
yeah, they show a wall.
Yeah, if you
So-
zoom down, you see one of their sections has a wall coming up.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's not on the.
Yeah,
plan.
no, it's not. It's further.
So if they put the gates in and the railing is adjacent to the gates, all of those hedges along the street, are they staying?
He didn't say, but I'm guessing yes, they're not gonna take them down. Yeah, it looks like they're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
stay.
closer to the
Yeah.
road.
They're gonna stay. They're not showing them coming out.
Just wondering why would you,
Put
why would
fence
you,
behind
well,
it.
why would you spend the money to put a wrought iron fence that's basically
Yeah,
gonna be hidden by hedges along the street?
I don't know.
Maybe they want it to look nice from looking out the house,
Yeah.
maybe seeing. I know it's a cost.
All right, I mean,
Can
are
I
you
make a
okay?
comment?
Yeah,
Probably only 2 cents worth after snow plowing for 55 years. The pillar is gonna be right adjacent to the edge of the driveway, correct?
oh yeah, you're right. They're putting it right at the edge.
And I've seen this, not just in North Council, but elsewhere.
Yeah.
And we have pillars, right, at the
Right at
edge of the driveway.
Mhm.
All right. That is a problem for snowplow.
Yeah,
Plus the gate. When in the open position is even more space.
Catch
Yeah.
Why is it?
because it's just too crowded. Yeah.
To move the snow.
Yeah.
And the likelihood of hitting the gate or the pillars
Okay,
with a snowplow.
Yeah.
is-
So I have that exact situation
Uh-huh,
and it's like coming up on 25 years.
Yeah.
no issue.
The issue I have is the town plowed basically destroyed my Belmont.
Yes.
That's the issue. But I haven't had that issue, so the gate's open. Right, so
And
the gate's open and they, they plow. So I have a situation, I got gates here and then it kind of fans out to the street. I've never had an issue. But
Do you do the plowing?
no, my landscaper does the plowing. Now, is it difficult for him? Maybe, but he hasn't
told you.
he hasn't knocked my gate down
You got a
yet.
good landscape.
But does it,
It's hidden in the price.
but did he damage the plow? Does he get the gate?
Well, I also have cobblestones, but I also put in, the orange stakes to kind of let them know. I mean, you may be right, I just,
Well, also, how wide is the driveway?
it's, standard, it's not. But
Next time, look at your bill breakdown, like an extra 20 thrown in there, and having to clean around the.
So is everyone okay with this?
Okay.
We'll say, come back with these details, but we'll send them to the building.
yeah, I would just ask the question, what he's doing with the hedges.
Well, we'll say confirm,
Yeah, confirm that he's keeping it.
they're definitely on the plan to remain.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion to send this to building.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
No, you do.
Oh, I do that.
Yes.
Even if I say.
Yes, you do.
Something.
Because you could make this, you can second the motion and vote no.
Oh,
You could.
I wanna try that.
That's an interesting.
There's nothing prohibited here.
Would depend on the discussion, right?
Mhm.
You have that split second to change your mind.
Yep. All right, 8 Hollow Ridge.
What were we dealing with in the planning board? Aren't we dealing with someone on Hollow Ridge?
Yes, but it wasn't 8.
It's not
It
8.
might have been 9.
Yeah, okay. Just sounded familiar.
All right, we're ready for 8 Hollow Ridge. Sean, you gonna take the lead on this? All right, who wants to start? Sean, is that gonna be you?
Uh, yes. Hi, Adam. How's it
Hi.
going?
Good.
That's good. Um, so pretty much so I had thought that we were just attending to listen on. So my apologies for that, but I can go over anything that you would like. Essentially, um,
Uh,
what
just want to take a quick high-level overview and just tell us what's being proposed, and yeah, we'll take it from there.
got it. Okay. Um, yeah, so for this project, we are going to be doing a let me pull up the description real quick, but it's pretty
Yeah,
much all written there.
basically, the patio in the rear is gonna be reconstructed. It's gonna be removed, rebuilt. So this shows the existing configuration. Got another plan showing, I think this one, though it's got lots of notes. Yeah, I guess this.
Yeah, it's pretty much just the renovation and expansion of existing terrace, like you said. We're replacing an outdoor kitchen.
Yep.
We're installing a 6 foot or approximately 6 foot high fireplace, slab steps, and a pretty much a 24-inch high masonry retaining wall.
Yep. So everything looks fine. What we have though is an existing significant amount of land coverage above the maximum permitted. And then with this reconstruction, it gets slightly bigger. So the applicant will need to go to the zoning board of appeals to deal with the gross land coverage issue. From a planning perspective, I think it's fine. It comes down to the zoning. And I don't know what, if anything,
Just
we need to
mitigate,
do on stormwater.
just mitigate it.
Yeah.
Like they have the pipe,
Yeah.
the new patio section just kind of dumping out down the
Uh-huh.
hill.
Okay,
So I'm gonna have to mitigate.
okay. How do you all feel about this one? Send it to the ZBA, see what they say.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, it's not all that different than what's there now, current.
And I didn't see any issues.
No. Is everyone okay with that?
Good.
Now,
What's that?
so I pretty much just want to go over with you exactly. There's a very, very minimal amount of additional impervious.
Yep.
We're talking like it's almost an exact same swap. So
Uh-huh.
is it just because of the slight increase in impervious that it would have to go to the ZBA?
Yeah, well, because what is there now exceeds the maximum. So once you remove the patio, then that patio goes away. And you're constructing the new patio, and that new patio is above what is permitted. So yeah, you have to get the variance.
Gotcha. So even if it's like a same for same swap, it would still have to go to the ZBA.
Yes, because you're removing it. So
Got
you'd
it.
be able to like repair it and not go to the ZBA, but once it's a new structure, yeah, you gotta deal with it.
Understood. When is the next ZBA hearing, or should I just look at the calendar?
Yeah, I know they meet the first Thursday of every month. So probably May is my guess, but you could call over there, see what's what.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, well, we gotta vote. So I'll make a motion to send this to the zoning board of appeals and then the building department for a permit.
I'll second.
Larry, second, all in favor? Aye. Okay. All right, so that is it for our agenda. We're gonna adjourn the meeting at 10. Well, all right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Adam. And thank you,
All right,
everyone.